It all started back in 1996 when four wonderful women, Alexa Schloss, Giselle McMillan, Deb Kerr, and Betty Carlson, decided to have a fashion show in support of breast cancer. The first show was held at City Hall under the production of Kelly Strait of Mode Models. They put together a fabulous fashion show, and it became the first Fashion with Compassion. Fashion with Compassion became Edmonton's go-to fashion event, and Mode Models knocked it out of the park every single year, and they would bring in sometimes international supermodels.
The community leaders that were involved with Fashion with Compassion and the fundraising determined that the money was not staying in the community, and so they decided to have a fundraiser where the money would go to the community, where the impact of the money would be seen in the community. And there was also a need for more emphasis on the women's health areas. And so they determined that the fashion show would be a fundraiser that would go to something more concrete and visible within the community. Construction on the original house started in 2001. The original house opened in 2002 and had 5 suites. The house was called Sorrentino's Compassion House in recognition of the Rego and Sacamano families and the Sorrentino's group of companies. Carmelo and Stella were great advocates for the project.
And the gala was an amazing event. A lot of couples came to our event, and men were absolutely blown away by what a terrific event it was. Every year the theme of Fashion with Compassion changed. It was always an exciting change from one year to the next. One year it was all Italian themed, one year it was James Bond, one year it was a movie theme, one year it was New York, one year it was very visual with floating colors, and it always translated into the decor. Sometimes into the food, into the graphic design, but it always gave an exciting new look as people entered the event. But the one thing they always wanted was the element that we came to call the heart of the show. And this is where the breast cancer models, ladies who had stayed at Compassion House throughout the years, got a chance to walk in the show. The ladies were really excited to be part of the show, and we were so honored to have them walking the runway representing Sorrentino's Compassion House. And every time they walked that runway, there would be cheers, and there would be tears, and there would be laughter, and there would be applause. It was always the heart of the show, and it was always something that people remembered year after year. We were always so grateful to have the support of so many sponsors in the city. But in 2007, Syncrude came on as a presenting sponsor. That was wonderful news for all of us, and it really ensured the longevity of Fashion with Compassion.
After the original house had been open for a short while, we, the board, realized that there wasn't enough space to accommodate the need. There were too many women asking to stay in our place of refuge. We purchased the 2 adjacent properties to the original home and then struck the capital campaign to fundraise $5 million. In 2012, we saw the construction of the expansion begin to increase capacity to 15 suites, as well as to expand and renovate common areas. In 2013, the beautifully redesigned Sorrentino's Compassion House reopened to guests, including for women fighting all types of cancers, not just breast cancer.
Since 2002, when the doors opened, we've had 1,838 guests from 295 communities. Over the past 25 years, Fashion with Compassion has raised more than $4 million in support of women battling cancer.
Compassion House is a success story because it provides help to those in need. It was built by the hard work of many volunteers, a small staff, and many generous donors, just like you who have attended Fashion with Compassion over the last 25 years. Thank you.
From that very first event in 1996, right up to this year's virtual event, we'd all like to thank everybody who so generously supported Fashion with Compassion throughout the years. Through that support and through all of your generous donations, you have truly supported women battling cancer. Thank you all.